Welcome back to Geek Assemble. Here is Friday, and we're awesome. Technical difficulties again, but you know it's stuff that happens from time to time.
We hadn't said much, so it's okay.
Talking about Apple products.
So now we should have perfect
Apple,
time.
so it's probably better than
It's probably better, but I mean, I'm an Apple fan, so
we didn't have our typical producer, but now he won't forget what needs to happen when he's checking.
He's learning.
Adam says, "There you go. There we go."
It's the new producer curve, so it's fine. It's fine.
We'll just.
It'll never happen again.
Yeah, just
After.
All we gotta do is just splice it, even though it's a live show.
So I'm here with author Jennifer Mendiola.
Hi again.
Hi again, and we're talking about Apple products, and I guess Apple got upset and they
did it to us. See, it's all Apple. It's a whole conspiracy by Big Brother
They cut
Apple.
the volume.
They were like, only
David
listen to
Madero
Jen.
says loud and clear. Great. There. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Appreciate it. Thanks for noticing.
Whoops.
So, we as for the geek world, you know, we had San Diego Comic-Con, and then I saw a lot of the stuff that happened, like a lot of the trailers that they released on there. A lot of stuff from Netflix that's new. A lot of cool looking stuff.
Yeah. Love Netflix too. Didn't think I was going to, but love Netflix.
I'm addicted.
The ABC trailer for Inhumans looks better than the one that they had.
Yeah.
There's something called Bright with, it's another Netflix, I think it's a original movie with Will Smith. And it almost kind of looks like Alien Nation. You ever see that movie or the show?
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like about all these different types of, you know, aliens, fairies, and stuff like that. And it's this cop that teams up with one of the alien or other creature kind of people. And they're fighting like somebody that has a wand or something like that. So it's weird.
Just, like,
it's kind of like
crossing, like, all
fantasy
the
and sci-fi
A little bit
and
of
cop
everything.
buddy movie at the same time,
Well,
which is kind of cool.
But is it funny or is it like a serious? I guess it's Will Smith, so he's gonna be throwing in his
in and out
little.
of serious. And
He can't
funniness
help
at the
himself.
same
He's
time.
got to always have his little stuff in
and
there.
he should, because he's good at it.
Even like I Am Legend, I was watching I Am Legend the other day, and he does the whole thing where he's frightened the little boy, and then he comes in and he's doing the lines from Shrek and stuff, and you're like, oh, there's Will Smith. Like, he's just a goofy goober. Like, to me, he's always going to be the Fresh Prince.
Oh, I know. I loved
with
the
his
Fresh
cheesy
Prince.
raps. I loved all of his cheesy rap songs.
With the cummerbund up here.
Yes.
And the hat.
Wearing
My
it as
parents
a bra.
just don't understand. And I loved his rap about Nightmare on My Street. Nightmare on
I
My Street.
remember that. Yes.
There's a nightmare on my street.
What year was that? I don't even
Oh
want
my
to
god,
think about
that
it.
was a long time ago. We're not going to talk about it.
I probably
was
wasn't
like-
even born yet.
I was a baby, and then people told me about it later. No.
Yeah,
I hate when
I was
that happens.
watching that on YouTube the other day. It's the only reason why I know about it, because I wasn't born yet.
That's right. So do you watch a lot of TV or movies? Or?
I do. It's my way to relax is just to kind of get lost in TV shows or movies, just anything to get my mind off of work or anything that stresses me.
Yeah,
So-
we like a lot of TV and movies too. Like that's our that's our like decompression thing
Yeah.
too. So we watch a lot. I see by your shirt.
Yes, I'm a big Shark Week
You're a
fan.
Shark Week fan.
I've been posting nothing but Shark Week memes. That and my kids, of course.
Yeah.
That was cool because we were at at lunch today, and we were watching something up on the TV that was Shark
About
Week.
Shark Week, and then I was laughing because I saw that meme that you posted. It was the little kiddie pool and the giant great white.
Yeah,
is coming up.
people have fears of swimming in a pool and having a shark at the bottom of it.
You're like,
I never
where
had that
did the
fear,
shark
but
come from in the swimming pool? Like,
Adam
I don't
says, I thought Alien Nation too.
Oh,
I was like, when you're watching it, are they doing a remake of Alien Nation? Maybe.
maybe.
I guess we're
Maybe,
gonna have to
who
find
knows?
out.
I think a lot of inspiration though comes from like what you know, what you've seen, what kind of spoke to you when you were growing up or whatever. So I think a lot of people's inspiration for things come from that, or what's around you in your world, because you can relate to that the best, right? Don't you think?
Yeah, definitely.
Like with your book, which I'm going to show everybody the book because I want everybody to see. It's called I Only Just Love You a Lot, and it's adorable, and the animation is adorable. This is inspired by
my daughter, Isabella. So I wrote this story back when she was 3. She's now 6. And it's a true story. Everything that happened in this book is what she did, what she said. So I wanted to write it more so that she would never forget about this moment. And it's about the day I brought home our cat Pippa Vanderwoodson. Yeah, that's the cat's name. And
Here's Pippa.
Yes, Pippa Vanderwoodson. So
how did Pippa Vanderwoodson get this complicated kitty name?
I found her on the west side of San Antonio, and she looked like she's from the west side of San Antonio. Yeah. So I wanted to make her feel more loved. I think by putting a little fancy name on her, she'd maybe feel that love. So I gave her the fanciest name I can think of. And Pippa Vanderwoodson is the name.
That sounds like a fancy cat name to me.
Yeah. And then when I had Isabella try to say the name at 3 years old, it was hilarious. So, and even my mom, who's a Spanish speaker, it's all she speaks is Spanish. When she tries to say that name, it's always something that she laughs at. She can't say it. And when I do readings, I have the students or whoever I'm reading to say the name, and they just, they fumble over the name, and it's just fun.
That's cute. This is very Lady and the Tramp for me.
Yes. So, and this scene really did happen. And if you go to the back of the book, you'll see the actual photograph of that night.
Oh yeah, I saw that earlier.
Yeah. So this is the candlelit scene, and this is the illustration that they made.
That's great.
Yeah, so it's a true story about my daughter Isabella and our cat Pippa Vanderwoodson. And if you look, you'll notice that Isabella's eyes one of them is hazel, one of them is dark brown. And I really wanted to keep everything about this book 100% about what really happened that day and how she is, and everything's pretty much 100% authentic, except for Pippa Vanderwoodson wearing pajamas. Because cats
just won't let you.
They just won't let you. Not that we haven't tried, because we have, but no, they don't wear pajamas.
Nolan C. 3D Printworks says evening all, and Douglas Chadwick says would be a great book in your library.
Yes.
Yes. So aside from being an author, Jennifer also works with me at NEF, or worked with me at NEF. That's a long story that I'll get into some other day. But the shop
It's
teacher,
not a bad story. It's a good story.
Yes.
But the shop
Very good.
teacher and the art teacher and myself and the librarian and a bunch of us got together and built a little free library. Well, the kids did. We didn't build it at all. We supervised the children over the year. So I'm sure that Jennifer is going to put her book in the library, but we had to get a poll put up, and it's red tape as far as like school district stuff. So eventually, when our library is up, definitely her book is going to be in the library for some of the kids.
Put a bunch out there.
Yeah, because I think it's good. One of the things we talk about is this especially would be a good story for children with siblings, that they could sit down and read this to their sibling, and their sibling could see, about this day, and she meets her new kitten, and they can relate to that kind of meeting your new pet and feeling that love and that connection to your new pet. So,
and actually, it's something that children actually read to their own pets. Like if they don't have a sibling to read to, they will pick up the book and read it to either their puppy or their cat, if the cat stays long enough to. So
cat will stay and listen to the story.
And I've had people say that, oh, she read that story to whatever the animal's name is.
Yeah.
So it's really it's a cute little story.
And you
That would
actually
definitely
work.
be cool. We definitely need to try to get a copy of that for our Geek Out of
you don't
Salo
have
free
one already?
library.
No, I don't. We're gonna get one.
You'll get one.
You work with the students at the school that do have some difficulties with reading. So this is something that you've seen. So people out here may not realize, or maybe they've always had difficulty themselves with reading, and you get to a certain age and there's almost this stigma that you can't go back and read stuff like this, and I think that's so untrue, right?
No, it's as an educator of 13, 14 years, I always use picture books to teach. There's so many good picture books that you can use to teach lessons, and it's just I love doing that. I don't think anybody's too old to pick up a picture book and read it and learn from it. There's just, you put your own little spin on it, your own little voice. It's just, yeah.
The cool thing I like about this book, it's not just one or two lines and the picture in the background. It's like, it's quite a bit of reading to do. So it kind of pushes the kids to, you know, go a little further and not, let me just read a couple of lines and then. And we have Roger Herrera. Hello, Roger Herrera. How's it going?
So, but it's more of a book to read to. I really wanted to have it more so that parents could read it to their children. It's not leveled. If I were to put a level on it, I'd probably put it at a second grade level. But the main purpose was for me to write it for my daughter so that she could keep this memory. Because she just had like the best day, and I didn't want her to forget her being 3 years old,
right?
And me having the worst memory. I had to write it down, and I turned it into a book just so that she can have it as, you know, her book, her memory that she would never forget.
So what made you decide to go from her book, her memory? Because this is available, like people can buy this
on
Amazon, right? And it even has like the UPC. So what made you decide to go from, hey, this is for Isabella, to?
So it first started off as a diary entry. So I started writing in this diary when I found out I was pregnant with Isabella. I didn't want to forget how I was feeling when she was in my tummy, and I can feel her kicking me nonstop. She had hiccups throughout the whole pregnancy, and so I wrote every little thing that I could down up until my second daughter was born, and then I couldn't keep up with it. So, and in that diary entry was this story, and I just decided to put that into a book and just really put my all into it. And I started writing it while I was in the San Antonio Writing Project, and started putting so much energy and work into it. And then I purchased the illustrations. There's this man who helped me do the illustrations, and
from San Antonio also?
No, he's actually from the Philippines.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, and we've been in talks. He's trying to do
Did you
an
contact
animation.
him through like an app or something, or?
No.
Because Vincent did that for the organization. You contacted somebody overseas to get the illustrations for that book that we did.
I didn't.
Oh, I thought you did.
To get the illustrations?
No, to get the layout.
To get the layout.
You did the layout.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Redbeard did the illustrations. Yeah.
Yeah, so
how did you contact somebody from the
Well, it was through the first book company that I went with. I started this book. I published it with my first publisher, and it didn't work out. I don't know if I want to say the name.
That's okay. You don't have to.
But yeah, so they helped me find this man, and so I sent him the photographs that belonged to the story, and he copied them and put them into illustrations for me, and he did an awesome job.
Yeah, I think
and
they're
he's
cute.
working on an animation little video to go with this book, but he's learning the process, so it's taking him, he's still learning. He's very new at all of that. But yeah, I keep in touch with him through Facebook, and I hope when I do other books, and I'm gonna have to do another book because my other daughter Zoe's gonna be mad that I wrote a book about my daughter Isabella and not her. So
so you better get to writing,
I need
Mom.
to, otherwise she's not gonna take care of me when I'm 80 years old.
We have a comment from Roger. The way I get kids to read at the group home, we watch Pokemon subtitled, no English, so they have to read. LOL.
That's a
Yeah.
good
That's
way,
a good
though.
way.
That's a
Yes.
really
It's
good
also a good
way.
way to work on fluency because you have to work
have
on
to
your
read
speed.
kind of fast,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that's a good idea.
Or you
Good
learn
job,
Japanese.
Roger. Then all the kids start speaking Japanese. You're like, hey, where did that come from?
Yeah. So, yeah, that's one way. That's one way. What's another way? Who can tell me?
Give us more. We need more. We're tired and we've come up with everything we can.
Yes.
So this is not currently self-published then?
It
or
is self-published.
Okay, so
well, I self-published it through the first company, and I didn't like the way I was being treated, kind of.
which
So I
that happens
decided,
a lot with authors. So
yeah.
be very careful.
and anybody who wants to learn about writing, the writing process, kind of getting your book self-published, email me, text message me, and I'll give you more information on that. But so I
If you have
decided
time, so you could
to.
probably talk about it.
Oh, well.
Because
Yes.
I think people would be interested. Like, that's
Yeah,
what
I mean,
people
it's-
watch the show is kind of to get some of those tips and
Yeah,
things.
so I think I've learned a lot, so much from writing this book and having everything that didn't work for me the first time. Okay, so this book could have been a lot longer. I know, like you said, it was pretty lengthy. It is. There's some, and as a children's book, I kind of get comments saying, okay, well, it's too long for a children's book, or it's not leveled or whatever. But if I had made it where it's more, there's more illustrations and kind of spaced it out more, it would have more pages, and it could have been a hardcover book. But because it's not as many pages as it needs to be a hardcover book, I can't really put it on a hardcover book. Another thing I would change is I would need to put it on a hardcover book, or at least a thicker binding, so that I can put the title of the book on the spine.
Oh, yeah, I see. What you mean.
Because if it's not on the spine, they usually don't sell it at bookstores like Barnes and Nobles.
Because then nobody knows.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So
Okay.
that's another thing that I've learned. And what else? I guess, just adding more pictures.
So if somebody wanted to self-publish, like, how did you go about looking for a company?
Well, and that's
or-
where I didn't do as much research I was just so new to this. I've never published before. I've never written a story before. So it was just something I researched online and found this company. And after a while, I paid them to put it in this book form, like, what is it, PDF, and a book format. And then they helped me find the illustrator, and I paid all of that off, and then they put it into a book, and anybody who wanted to buy it, or I could buy it and sell it, they would go through that company. But I kind of just asked them to stop printing it for me because I didn't want their services anymore. And I went with Amazon CreateSpace. And CreateSpace does the exact same thing. You pay for their services. You pay for whatever you want. They'll edit your book. They'll do whatever you need. And they just put it on their website, CreateSpace. It's on Amazon. Anybody who wants to buy it can go through either Amazon.com or CreateSpace. And usually I would say go to Amazon.com, because if you're a Prime member, you get it in 2 days. It's $9.99. I think with CreateSpace, you have to pay a shipping fee.
Oh, okay.
So-
So then if they just go straight through Amazon Prime, then they get it.
Yeah. So
Doug our buddy Doug from California says, could it be a board book? And what age group is your book?
okay, so I have been researching to put it on a board book. If I were to put it on a board book, I'd have to cut a lot of it out. And like I said, this book is more for my daughter so that she doesn't lose those memories. And I don't know how I would put it in a board book without cutting out what the story's about and my daughter and that special day. Because I did have to cut a lot out of it when I started to publish or try to get it published. Doing it on my own. I cut a lot out that I didn't think people would really understand, because it's something that my daughter and I would just be silly and do little silly things. There's a lot of things in this book because, like I said, it's 100% authentic. If you look at the pajamas in the book, it talks about, it has little, what is it? Like little stamps of, It says, it says, I love vampire cats. And that's something that Isabella would say at 3 years old. She loved vampire cats. I don't know what a vampire cat is, but
But it's just one of those things that a 3-year-old would say.
Yeah, and so that was part of the book, but of course I cut it out because I don't know if children want to know about vampires.
They actually do.
Well, yes, I know they do. I know they do. But I just didn't know at what age to introduce it, and I didn't want people to be like, oh, I'm not talking about vampires to my children right now. But yeah, there's a lot in it that I had to cut out because people wouldn't understand, and that's, yeah, you have to really figure out what do you want to keep in, what do you want to keep out.
And that's a hard thing about writing things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Adam says, same thing my wife did through CreateSpace, and she sold a few internationally. Doug
nice.
says, smile.amazon.com, support the literacy club. And he says, love Amazon.
I love Amazon. I
Agreed.
do so much of my shopping on Amazon.
And it's funny how Amazon started out just being books.
Yeah.
And how it sells everything now.
Yeah.
Everything. Food you can get. You want a donut in the middle of the night?
I know, isn't that called like Quick Amazon or something like that, where you like you order like
Prime
certain
Now.
things?
Prime Now.
thank
Prime
you.
Now.
I couldn't think
And
of that.
yeah, they'll deliver it within like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And it's weird because I get a lot of packages, and they're packages from like people's cars that just drive up.
Well,
There
yeah,
you
because
go.
that's
Because
that's becoming
it's now
a new profession. Yeah.
You can be an Amazon driver. Yeah.
And it's just like just a regular car,
Yeah.
not anything special.
No, they're not in uniform or anything. They just come and drop it off.
There you go.
I love
You
it.
can even track the packages too.
You and I get a lot of Amazon packages that I'm like, what did I order? I don't even remember ordering something. There's like an instant click where you purchase something within a click. And I do that so often that I don't even know. I'm like, oh my God, I have a
Yeah,
package
like,
today.
yeah.
And then I open it and I'm like, oh, I remember ordering that now.
So do you and Isabella go? Have y'all done like any of the libraries here at San Antonio, or done readings or anything like that?
Yes, I do.
Because she's getting
readings.
old enough that she can.
Yeah, she
right?
goes with me. So I did a reading last year at the I'm sorry, I can't even. It's a Hemisphere Park. It's that new park that they have. It's not as new as I think it is, but it's at the Hemisphere Park, and I've read. They're gonna have a back to school bash, and yeah, I'm gonna be doing another reading this August. There, but I did bring Isabella to that reading, and she was just so embarrassed. I bring her up, and I'm like, "This is Isabella. This is who the story's about." And she's just like, "Oh my God, Mom!" So, and I've done readings at her school. She goes to Eduardo Villarreal. It's Northside.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and so
that's
I brought her, and said, "This is Isabella," and all her classmates look at her like, "You're famous? You're in a book?" And then she's like, "Yeah, I am." I'm like, "Well, are you proud? Are you happy? Or are you just like, what do you want to?" I guess it just depends on her how she feels that day.
All nonchalant.
Yeah. So
So Vincent, you want a book written about you now, so you
Yes.
can be famous? Vincent, I always give
Write
Vincent
a
a hard
book
time
about
because
me.
he doesn't really read books. I have a problem.
And that's why you put this one at the top, because I need to finish reading
That is
that.
why I put that one on the top. Did you like that? That was your little hint.
Yeah,
So
I figured that.
his New Year's resolution 2 years ago was to read a book. One book.
and this is from 2 years ago.
A Stranger in a Strange Land. I was like, you will like it. You just read it.
I got like a fourth of the way through.
Not even close. Like an eighth of the way through.
I got like a fourth
And he
of
was
the way
like,
through.
I kind of like this book. And then he never finished it. You did. I did put Douglas Adams on there, though, The Hitchhiker's Guide.
Yeah.
You read that book. Most of it.
Most of it,
Yeah.
not
25%
cover to cover
of it.
yet.
Douglas Adams gets very silly in his books, and in the end of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, he's talking about like all these other worlds and stuff, and one of them is like a world of mattresses,
Oh.
and the mattresses are like the people that live there, and it's very weird. So you're reading it and you're like, what am I reading? And he makes things up, and he makes up words and stuff, and it's all very strange.
It's very Rick and Morty.
I have only seen like one episode
Nolan
of
C
it
3D
once.
Printworks says, yeah, sketchy, same day, ugh, never again.
Oh yeah, he hates it. So Nolan, he's a friend of ours. He does 3D printing and stuff. He hates the Amazon delivery people because he feels like they're real sketchy and he doesn't know who they are. And like you said, they're not marked or anything. So he's like, "Who are these freaks at my door?"
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. That's kind of scary.
So do you read a lot? Well, I know you can't read a lot now because you have a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old.
No, yeah. So it's very hard for me to. I used to read right before I would go to sleep, just kind of unwind and just clear my mind. And it was fine when I had Isabella and she was a baby and she slept in her own room and I'd go to my room and just read. But with Zoe, yeah, I can't. There's just no. She goes to sleep when I fall asleep, and it's just there's no time to read. It's just I'll read a page and she's just wanting my attention, and I can't read.
When you have little ones.
But I was thinking about. Have you ever read Wicked? Have you
I read
Wicked?
Wicked.
That is a weird
long time
book.
ago. Yeah, I get a lot of flack for this. I didn't love Wicked.
Okay,
I
like
liked
the musical or the book?
The book. I've never seen the musical.
And so, I understand why I was kind of like on the fence, but it's an interesting concept, like the bad witch really being the good witch. And
like
the
I
good
kind
witch
of
being the
liked
bad
it,
witch.
but some of it, I don't know.
It's just weird.
It was
It's just really weird.
I wasn't.
But
in
wasn't
love
it a
with
musical before it was a book? Or was it the other way
No, I
around?
think it's the
No,
book.
I think it was the
before.
book first, and then the musical came from that. So yeah, it's what I love is for the kids. The kids at school will watch a movie or something, and then you'll tell them, "Well, that was a book." Like way back.
Oh, yeah.
That's not a book.
When we talk about Twilight, they're like, "Oh, I hate that movie." I'm like, "Well, read the book. The book is so much better." But
book-
Except for Blade Runner.
no.
No, he didn't like the book at all.
You know what book I tried to read and I just found it so difficult, but I love the show, is Game of Thrones.
So Game of Thrones is a heavy read. So I've
It
read
is
all.
a very heavy read.
I've read all of those books and I enjoyed them, but he explains things like in great detail.
Yeah.
So I'm
And
the
the
type
show's
of
already-
reader that I kind of like flip through those pages and I'm like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And they're talking about the feast. And they're walking over here and there's some plants over there. Yes. And there's a river. Okay. Yeah. I'm really one of those bad
You miss
readers.
a bunch of stuff.
And then I miss a bunch of stuff, and then I make stuff up in my mind about what really happened.
course.
And yeah.
To me, I was reading it and I'm like, man, I need to sit down and write who this character is, who they're related to, or
See,
who
I
they're
told
talking
you.
to. And it's just, the names are so weird, so long, so like you wouldn't think. I can't
And
picture
you're like, now
that.
who's related
So hold
to
on, let me
who?
make an outline.
Yes, it's like, let me do a map. Let me just clear out this whole wall, take all the pictures down, and do some kind of mapping.
With your
Like I'm doing some kind of a murder.
Freaking like FBI.
Yeah, I'm doing an FBI trying
Oh my
to
God.
figure it out, get red and string, and just map it out.
I know. I was like, you might as well read those parts in the Bible where it's like so and so begat so and so begat so, and it's like the whole
Yes.
family history in the Bible. You're
Yeah.
like, that's what this book is. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but I
those kind of
love the show. That's
Yeah.
one
we love
thing
the
that
show too. He loves the show.
I love the show.
Loves
I
it.
can't. I don't. I'm so sad that it's gonna be ending soon.
Well, they're already way past where
Yeah.
he is in the book,
You
so they're
can't
just
even
making
finish
stuff up.
it.
Well,
He didn't even finish, and at this point, I don't know that he would. Now that there's storylines
Yeah.
set in all of our minds, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So I don't know. It's weird.
Just
And it
supposed to be
always
some
reminds me
spin-offs,
when
so.
I met him before you did.
I did meet
George
him,
R. R.
and
Martin.
I really liked his book, so I was very, very flabbergasted when I met him, and I was like, "Oh, Mr. Martin!" And his friends, he's very old,
Yeah.
and all his little old friends were with him, and they were making fun of him. Oh, Mr. Martin! Oh, Mr. Martin! You're so popular! Oh, Mr. Martin! You're so. And I was like, "Hey!" And he's like, "See what I have to deal with." He was very
Oh.
nice. He was very nice.
Tell him
Really
replace
nice
him.
guy.
And
just
he
sat and
totally
talked
took
with
a
him.
picture with me. Well, Vince took the picture, but my phone was dead. So, and he didn't want to tell him, "Hey, Mr. Martin, wait until I get this other phone out." And I was like, so I have no picture of me with George R. R. Martin, but I did totally meet him. Vince is my witness.
Yeah.
So, I liked
Too
him.
bad we can't see that picture though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shake my head.
I think meeting
We'll
him,
remember
like
it. It's
as
a good
far
story.
as people always want to meet actors, but
Right,
I
what
like
about
to
it?
meet authors. Like, I liked meeting him. I would so meet Stephen King. I would
Yeah.
love to meet Stephen King. I would sit and talk to Stephen King.
I wonder
would-
how
Did I
that
tell you I
conversation would
met
go.
Stephen King?
No, you didn't.
I didn't.
You're
No,
such
you
a
didn't.
liar. He's a liar.
I don't even know you really, and I can tell that was a lie.
You're
Yeah.
losing your touch, buddy.
Yeah.
You're getting to be a horrible liar.
I
Who do
wonder
you-
how that conversation would go, though. Stephen King.
Well, he wrote a book about writing and like how to be an effective writer and how to be a good writer.
Oh
that
yeah, I
that
think I've
read. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I think that he would actually be a really good resource. Like I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
he's
But
got
he's
a bunch
gotta
of weird
be
stuff
really,
going in his
really
head.
twisted.
Yep.
He's pretty twisty. He's pretty dark and twisty on the inside. Yeah. Yeah.
So
But but he's also a person. Like people saw Robin Williams all the time, and they thought that that was how he was, like goofy and stuff like
Yeah.
that all the time. But he was still like an everyday in life person. Like just because you have all these things going on in your head,
just has a really good imagination.
yeah. Like just, I mean, that Jen's like already thinking of things to do with the sharks, and she's already getting all dark and twisty.
Yes, I am.
She's like, after Zoe gets her turn, then it's Mama's turn.
Yeah.
It is
Get
dark
to
and
dark and
twisted in your
twisty.
books.
We're gonna get to dark and twisty.
Yeah, soon it'll happen.
Well, you like romance, right? So it's gonna have
I
to be like a Shark Week
do.
romance. It'll be cute. I can
You
imagine a
know,
book like that.
I do want to write a little shark book. I'm not sure exactly. I mean, I have so many ideas of what I want to do, but first I need to focus on Zoe's book because I want to make sure that I get that done.
Yeah. Well, it's hard when you're a creative. Like, we talk about this all the time when we talk to people on the show about this. When you're a creative, there's all this creativity going on, and
so
so
many-
it's kind of hard to, like,
Yeah, to
funnel
focus.
this and focus.
Yeah, it is very, very hard because there's just so many projects. I love to plant and focus on plants for a while. Then I get sidetracked and I get addicted to something else. Like it's Shark Week, so I can't think of anything else other than Shark Week and
Sharknado.
Sharknado.
No, I don't know about Sharknado.
She's not going to watch it. She's not down. Vincent
No.
likes Sharknado. Well,
Yeah.
Vincent, you know how that is, having a million projects. What all have you got? Like, just when we were looking around, you got your masks from Earthbound Trader that you were supposed to steampunk.
Yeah.
You've got your Nerf guns that you were supposed to steampunk. We've got the dice trays we still haven't made.
So many different projects.
like
I have to
many
finish my card game.
Gotta finish your card
Gotta
game.
finish our other games.
Gotta finish our other role-playing game that we're working on.
so many things.
So many things.
So little time.
So many things. I know. It's like, what
I
do
still
we do?
say I need two of me.
Well, we got to work on that.
Yeah, get to cloning, buddy. Get to
Yeah.
Alone.
It's not far away.
figure it out. So you have a little prize over there, huh, Vince?
I do.
gotta
I
show
got
us
my
his
loot
prize.
crate and I didn't get to open it till now. So let's see what I got.
Is that from Amazon?
It's one of those like subscription boxes where you
Yeah.
get like you pay a company and
Oh.
then Loot Crate is a geeky one, so we get geeky
You're gonna
stuff.
steal this from me.
I steal everything from you all the time. You
Is
can't
that
even
a
see.
T-shirt?
Nobody can
You
see
can't
that
see
on
it?
the green screen.
I don't even know what that is.
How can you not know what this is if it's green
No,
and I'm gonna
I-
steal
Because
it?
he's colorblind.
I'm,
Oh, is that Ninja Turtles?
oh.
Is that a Ninja
Huh?
Turtle?
Yeah, it's
That's
Ninja
awesome.
Turtles.
It's Ninja Turtles. As you see, I have a Ninja Turtle
Oh,
problem. I
yeah.
have Ninja Turtles. I have all kinds of Ninja Turtles.
My
But this
goddaughters
one is all-
love Ninja Turtles.
I love the Ninja Turtles. So when Vincent means
Adam, you've
I'm
had
gonna-
time to look at your loot crate.
Yeah, it's been like 2 weeks.
What else?
He's
What else
saying
we
there's
have?
Rick and Morty explicit content.
There goes Sean. He's like, yo.
I love Rick and Morty. It is amazing. Season 3 in 2 days.
It's
I don't know, I've
funny
never watched
how this
cartoon. It's
came
supposed
about.
To be, like, super hilarious.
I don't know. What is
It
it?
is the best. And it's Rick.
What
It's
is
Rick.
that?
It's Alien Rick. Love it.
Put
And
it
he's
down.
giving the
I
finger.
love
Hey,
So-
he's doing.
Don't show that. Censor that.
Yeah, you have to. What is it when you censor
He's
it?
giving the
Oh,
bird.
well, it's censored. You gotta
Well,
blur it out.
Blur
love
him out.
that.
Put him down. He's a bad boy.
I don't censor.
Hey.
There we go. Y'all got to see it.
What
know
is that
exactly what
animal on
episode
that?
it is, too.
Is that like a cat
Where?
on the box?
Oh yeah, there's a cat on the box.
Uh,
There's a bunch of cats all over
Roger
it.
says the
Let me see it.
authors I would like to meet have passed away.
Oh,
Philip K.
Philip K. Dick,
Philip K.
yes.
Dick.
Yeah.
That's who wrote Blade
Yeah.
Runner.
And Hunter S. Thompson.
Hunter S. Thompson. Yes, that sounds familiar. What did Hunter S. Thompson?
He did that one with that movie with Johnny Depp. What's his name?
Out of Time?
Edward Scissorhands?
No. The one that when they're in a car and it was all psychedelic and stuff.
Scanner Darkly?
No, that's
No.
Philip K. Dick.
That's also Philip K. Dick. What did Hunter Thompson do? I'm gonna have to look it up because I don't know. It just like my brain is not working.
Google time.
That's the nice thing about Google. You don't.
Alexa.
Alexa's in the other room.
Alexa would know.
Hunter Thompson.
Car movie with Johnny Depp.
He says, "Yes, sir, I have it." Adam did.
Oh, Fear and Loathing in
Fear
Las
and Loathing in Las
Vegas.
Vegas. Yes, that's it.
He just said it too. He literally just said
Just
it.
said it.
Gotta be faster than Google.
Bob's Burgers, but I don't know what it is.
I love Bob's
Bob's Burgers is pretty funny. Do you watch
Yeah.
that one?
It is.
No.
It is
No?
so funny.
Is it
Oh
a
my gosh.
cartoon?
Yeah, it's a cartoon.
See,
you don't watch grown-up
I-
cartoons?
No, I don't like grown-up cartoons.
way!
No, I
Really?
don't. I mean, I've seen The Simpsons. What other ones? There's Family Guy. I don't.
What kind of cartoons do your girls watch?
They watch,
Is it a cookbook?
you know,
It's the
Let me
Bob's
think.
Burgers Burger Box, real recipes for joke
the
burgers.
ones that I don't watch when I'm in the room because they get annoying. But they're good. But I love the old Disney cartoons.
Well, I do too, but like obscure Disney. Like I love the Gummy Bears, or like DuckTales and
Yeah, well,
Darkwing Duck.
Okay, so I watched those.
Yeah.
But I like the older, like the Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck that I guess were made before I was born.
Yeah.
I grew up on those, and I love.
What about like
listening
Tom
to
and
them.
Jerry and stuff?
I love Tom and
Yeah,
Jerry.
Tom and Jerry's good too.
Big Tom and Jerry.
So
To-
it's
totally-
burger. Is it
Yeah,
burger
it's recipes. Is it recipe
Yes.
cards?
Funny is that?
That's
Oh
freaking
my
good.
god, that's hilarious.
I love his recipes. Like I looked a bunch of them online. They're so good.
And you've made them,
I have.
and they are. Where are they right now?
Yeah, why didn't you bring us some
Yeah.
burgers?
Yes.
I
Get in the
Pass
kitchen.
that this way,
Go
Vincent.
get in the kitchen.
The what?
really should.
Pass that this way for us to look at. He was gonna throw that.
'Cause right now
Yeah,
the-
he was gonna throw
yeah.
that.
So this is this dysfunctional family, and they're pretty adorable.
And they usually are in adult cartoons.
yes. And this little
But
girl, Louise, is
creepy.
the naughtiest little girl
No, she
ever.
looks
Yes,
naughty.
she's middle
She
children.
doesn't
She's
even
got
have
middle.
teeth. How
No,
come
she's
none
the
of them have
youngest.
teeth?
You know what? I don't know why they don't have teeth. That's a good
Mom
question.
doesn't
I
even
never
have
even
teeth.
thought about them not having teeth. I mean, they must have teeth because they make burgers.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like adult
Is that why
cartoons.
How funny! I love them.
Slurm.
I mean, they're
Yes.
funny.
Oh
Hold
my
on.
god! So this whole box, this whole box is like adult cartoons because that is from
because that's the one they're
Futurama.
going to see, right?
Slurm is from Futurama. It's
That
this
is
drink
so
that they love that
awesome.
actually is like an alien secretion. It's really disgusting when you find out what Slurm actually is.
Even though Fry still drinks it.
Ew,
to this
gross!
day.
Why does this burger have bacon, Brussels sprouts, and pistachios on it? And sour cream.
What's the name
What's
of
the
the
name?
burger?
Do the Brussels.
That's why.
But Brussels
That's why.
sprouts
That's why.
fine, but with pistachios and sour cream? No, sir. Pickle my funny bone
Some of them
burger?
are a little weird, but honestly, some of them are extremely good.
So which ones did you make?
It was real popular in one of the episodes. It was the black garlic burger.
Oh yeah, that's in here. I saw that just a minute ago.
Yeah, that one was so good. Oh, loved it.
Bet it all on black garlic.
Yep.
That's the name of the burger.
So good.
So black garlic, mayonnaise, salt, sriracha, ground
What
beef.
is black garlic? Is that
It's-
real?
Yes, it is.
Like it's really black? It's like
It's just a.
You have to go to
it's
like a specialty market
yeah,
or
it's
something
like
to find it.
It's,
But
it's sort of like a pepper garlic, I guess would be the right
Huh.
way to put it.
I'm not a good. Well, I don't cook,
you okay?
so
No.
I can barely picture what a white garlic looks like.
Shake your honey maker burger.
So bad.
It's really good.
These are pretty funny. I would probably never use them, but
You know, you should open up a restaurant and just make nothing but these burgers.
But make those burgers.
Call it Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burgers. I think
you
they already
would
have
get a
that,
cease
though.
and desist.
They do. No, a long time ago, me and my friends were thinking of opening up a bar with a bunch of gaming stuff, game related like drinks and food and stuff like that. We were thinking about actually using some of those burgers on the menu for the.
Do it. What
The
are
Loot
you going to
Great
name your
Exclusive
place?
burger.
Your bar. What are you going to name it?
What,
Or not yet?
We haven't thought of a name yet. We're still getting
Sean's
into
Burgers.
Sean's burger.
survival burger.
Survival burger.
It has little cute little pictures on the back. That's she loves Jimmy.
Then Skinny showed the
Jimmy
inside of the
doesn't have
box
teeth
again.
either.
I was on your camera.
No, I guess they don't have teeth. Why doesn't it? I never noticed that before you told me about that, Jen. Now I'm like,
I noticed teeth
There you
real
go.
fast.
why doesn't anybody have teeth in this show? So it's weird because the voice actor that does the dad, Bob, he's also the voice actor for another adult cartoon called Archer. And I
Oh, yeah.
struggle with
I love watching. Actually, I do like Archer.
See?
I do like it.
See, you do like an adult cartoon.
But, yeah.
He's
But-
also in Family Guy too.
Yeah, but Archer is not appropriate for children.
No, it's not. I don't, that's,
That is nothing.
I
Not
don't think
something
none
you
of
could.
them are. None of them
Oh
are.
no, we never let our kids watch. We never let. I
but-
don't even think our kids got to watch The Simpsons until they were like 12 or something. Even that we didn't let them watch. And South Park, forget it. Like they
No.
watched South Park when we didn't know. You know, when you're not
Yeah.
around or whatever, they watch that kind of stuff.
Yep.
But when we were around, there was no South Park. There was none of that.
No,
none of
even
that.
SpongeBob is. To me, it's like they
SpongeBob makes them
learn.
less intelligent.
Yes, and they learn how to be rude to people and.
There's,
Ed, and Eddie. My kids used to have a fit because I would not let them watch Ed, and Eddie. And that, like, everybody's favorite show when they were growing up was Ed, and Eddie. And I was like, no.
Yep.
there's some.
Oh, I just wanted to ask you, what do you think of our new layout? It's a little different.
I love the layout.
We can't
honestly.
see it. You can only see it on the computer.
Oh.
Yeah. Once
Yeah,
They
looks-
did something different with, like, the screens and
Looks
words
awesome.
pop up and stuff. We're like, oh, it looks
I'll
great.
have to
I
check it out
I
later.
look wonderful in this box.
in this-
Am I in a
this-
box?
Yeah, you're in a
Yeah,
box.
yeah, we're in a box. You're like framed,
Is
and
it
you're very
like-
famous, and your name is up.
like
And there
the-
was even a picture of your book.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's like the Brady Bunch. Are we like on, like?
No,
There's-
no,
there's
it's
four
like,
screens
it's like,
here.
It's like a screen on the big one, the big part, which y'all are on right now. Then a smaller screen where Vince is.
And then we switch.
Roger
Roger says Eggers can't be cheeseburgers.
Eggers can be cheeser burgers.
Come on.
Adam
Is that
says
from
my
that?
daughter took all the Bob's Burger stuff and I grabbed the T-shirt.
Oh,
So who
because
got
Adam
Rick?
had to
Who
go
got
run it.
Rick?
Who got Rick?
Can I have Rick?
And here's a pin. Oh,
I got it. Don't
sorry.
worry.
The throwing skills are not so good. Oh my God, it's Gene.
Is he a burger?
Yes, they make him go out and advertise. Well, he likes it, but they put him in this burger, and then he goes out in front of the
Aw.
restaurant and he
It looks-
advertises
it-
because
it
he's a little
looks like
fat.
a newsroom.
It's
Oh,
cute.
it's a little round.
Exactly
A little
what it
hamburger
is.
round.
It's cute. I like Bob's Burgers. I think it's funny.
I think
Yeah.
it's the best.
As what Roger said, looks like a newsroom. Cool.
Oh, the layout looks like a newsroom. Ooh, we look all,
I like
we look
it.
all professional.
Yeah.
Let's be more professional. So.
So in today's news,
Today.
Well, behind me, it's not all green. It's like
blue.
It's got.
No,
it's,
it looks like a new, it
No,
looks
I'm
like a
joking.
newsroom.
I know.
set.
it's an animated news set.
What's in the
which
background?
Is perfect because
That's why we painted it green because he can overlay images and do the green screen stuff. And we used to have like fabric, but then we looked this up online and they told
Yeah.
us like what paint to go buy, and then we didn't have to hang fabric anymore.
I have a green screen.
Nice.
So we talked about books.
Yes, books.
So
lots
when
and
you
lots of books.
watch a movie that
Mhm.
you've read the book of, do you generally like the movie better or the book better?
The book is so much better because you're putting your own, vision on it, your own imagination. You're picturing it the way you're reading it, and I think that's important. And then when you see the movie, I mean, depending on what the movie is, sometimes it's okay, but to me, the book is always better. I haven't.
And sometimes they can't explain as much in
Yeah.
the movies, right?
Yeah, because you have to cut it down. There's only so many hours you can put in there.
What about you?
But what?
What do you think about books that are turned into movies?
For Blade Runner, I think it was a great thing that they turned that into a movie because I didn't like it as a book. Not so much that I didn't like the book, I didn't like one of the main character.
I
As
have
much as I did in the
been
movie.
tearing our house apart because I lost a book that I wanted to read that they are turning into a movie. And
Which
I
one
want to
is that?
read it before the movie comes out. I like to read the book before the movie comes
What
out.
movie is it?
It's called Ready Player One.
It's really cool.
Oh.
And that one, I think, is really geared towards, like, 80s kids. Because it's a lot of this stuff out of the 80s,
By the way,
which is really cool.
it's a great book.
You have it?
I've read it. I no longer have it though.
I can't find my copy. I don't know what I did with it. I actually think, Doug, you would like this. I think I accidentally put it in my little free library because I had a stack in my car of books that I was going to read and books for the little free library, and I think I may have mixed them up. So some lucky person out there is getting to read my book right now.
You can't return that.
So
which
You
is a
gotta
good
return
thing.
it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I can find the book for you.
I'm hoping I can go to like half price and get it or something. I'm
Go to
sure I
Amazon.
can.
I'm sure you can find it on Amazon.
Yeah, I'm sure
Also,
you can get it on
pretty sure
Amazon.
it's
I'm
in your
too
public
cheap.
library too.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
So,
It's a-
but
it's
I
a pretty-
really,
And we have one
It
really
was-
close now.
it was just driving me nuts because I know I had it. Like I know I had it set aside. I always have this stack of books that I'm
Yeah.
gonna read. Like I'm gonna read this, and I'm gonna. Especially, have you ever been to that store Five Below?
Yes, I have.
They always have books there, and I'm like, oh, I'll take that book. Oh, that book's only $3. Oh, I'll take that book. Oh, and then I have this stack of books to read, and then I'm like, where did I put my stack of books to read
It's probably with that other stack of books.
that I gave away?
Yeah.
Ah, darn it. Hey, put that away. Our students are watching, and probably maybe our administrators and stuff.
Yeah, you're
so
gonna
how
have to
about-
blur it out.
Yeah, how about you put that away?
Is it off screen?
No.
Is it off screen?
Just show his face
Yes.
creeping up
now,
on the
now
book.
it's off
Yeah,
screen.
put him behind the books. How about that?
Just so that his face is popping out. But
There you go. Yeah,
Not
you
his
can see his
hands.
creepy, weird eyeballs.
and he doesn't have teeth either, does he?
Probably not.
No,
Something
I
about
don't
these
think they
animated
do.
people.
Yeah, he
having-
does.
Oh, he has
Oh,
two.
he does.
Oh,
He does
has
have
two.
teeth, yeah.
He
No,
has
no, no,
two.
down. Thank you.
No, he's eating the book.
Yeah, he's creeping into the book. Maybe Stranger in a Strange Land will suck him in. It'll be like Aha.
Well, they show worse things on the cartoon than
That is
Oh, they show
that
way
is
worse
a
than
good
that.
video.
That is
I
a good
like
video.
that
That's
video.
the best video ever.
Yeah.
Mental, child, so many abuses. It's ridiculous with that show.
Which
the
show?
cool
Oh,
thing that
yeah.
I just recently saw about Rick and Morty is how it first started out. It kind of started out with like kind of like the Tracy Ullman show had the
Simpsons? Oh, okay.
Real bad animation, but it was about Rick and Marty, but it was Marty's or Doc and Marty.
Marty or
Marty-
Morty? It was Marty to begin
Marty,
with?
but spelled weird.
Like Back to the Future?
Yeah,
So it was like a take on Back to the Future.
yeah.
It's actually a pretty good combination of Doctor Who meets Back to the Future.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, all
Well,
of
now
our
it
geeky
is.
friends
But when
say
it first
they-
started,
Yeah. When
Watch
it,
it,
when
but-
it first started, it was
I don't
strictly
know,
Back
I'm
to the
not down.
Future.
I like some adult cartoons, but I'm like you. There's a lot.
I
that
do like Archer though. He is funny. Sometimes I quote.
would someone please think of the children?
Oh, yeah.
Roger says.
So
So back to Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, Tom and Jerry was better.
Yeah, except they did
Even
try
though
to
that
kill each
showed
other
way
all the
much more
time.
violence,
They did. They were super violent. When
did.
you think about it, you're like, God, they were violent. But
And the
it's
Roadrunner
natural.
too.
Roadrunner,
The
and
coyote.
Super
They're always trying
violent.
to kill each other.
Super violent and very racist, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
Like Foghorn Leghorn and Looney Tunes, was pretty horrible. But
Yeah.
we just didn't think about things.
No, we were less sensitive to stuff like that.
We very much
Now-
overanalyze things a lot now.
Yeah,
yes.
it's a lot different. But
they also showed
Yeah.
like cigarettes in Tom and Jerry.
Yes.
yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
I mean, smoking
we
was
had
like
to
a big
sell
thing.
it.
Like,
They had
yeah,
to sell
you
it
had to
back
sell
then.
that.
You're 12
Start
years old. You
smoking
need to start
early.
smoking.
Well, they did the parody of that on Who Framed Roger Rabbit with the baby that had a big cigar.
With the cigar. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But back when they were making that stuff, like, people were quitting school and going out into the workforce when
I
they
love
were
that
like
idea.
13, 14, so they were
Yeah.
kind of adults.
We can do Geek Out
Yeah,
Say
they
After
grew up.
Dark.
It was
That
a
would be
different
the
time.
Best live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. But those cartoons
Well,
were
kind
still
of
good.
After Dark stuff.
I'd rather watch that than
Then Bob's Burgers
Yeah,
with
sorry.
no teeth.
What's that one thing I would always tell my students that Archer would say something like, "This is how you get ants." Do you want ants? What?
Do you want ants?
Do you want ants? This is how you get ants. I don't know. I know I'm saying it wrong, but I can't think.
That's okay. So you're gonna write another book.
I am.
About Zoe. When do you think? When are you looking to? I know it's hard when you're doing the creative
Yeah.
process to have a turnaround time, but when are you thinking that you might be doing?
I'm working on it now.
Oh, are
so
you?
I
Good.
have some ideas. I just don't want to throw it out there and just do it just to do it because,
What's different in each kid? Like
I wanna
Isabella
make
had this
sure,
moment in
yeah.
this story, so
and
it's
I
probably a
want
little
it
different
to be,
for Zoe.
Yeah, and I want it to be the same thing for Zoe. So this is a true story. I want Zoe's to be a true story. So I need to really start taking notes like I did with Isabella's book.
And are you from here in San Antonio?
I am from San Antonio, born and raised.
Born and raised. Where'd you go to school?
I actually went to Pat Neff.
Did you really?
Yes.
Oh my
And the school
god.
that my daughter's going to, Eduardo Virial, I went to school there. I went to Pat Neff for middle school. The classroom that I'm teaching in is the classroom I had English in.
Really? That's really great. Small
So,
world.
I know.
That's
So I'm
crazy.
looking at the classroom and I'm like, this is where I read books and did paper. No, this is where I got yelled at all the time.
This is where I didn't do any of my
This is
homework.
where I
which
would
is why I'm a
write
teacher now.
letters to my friends because we didn't text message back then. So
No.
we would write letters to each other and then pass notes.
So that is your room in more ways than one. So that's kind
Yes.
of cool.
I love it. Actually, I really love being in that classroom because it reminds me of so many things that happened in middle school. And I went through like the worst years of my life in middle school. So I kind of know what the kids are going through and I can relate to them and be like, well, I remember right over there in the courtyard, this happened to me. And so, you'll get over it. It makes you stronger, makes you who you are today. So.
Well, yeah, and I love all the project that you guys are doing there at Neff, like painting the lockers. I
Yeah.
think that's really great. So I don't know if you saw them on the news, but they painted the lockers there at Neff to
Yeah,
look
that
like
was
the
really
spines
cool.
of books.
Yeah, and my book's gonna be one of the spines.
Yeah.
So, all the books are the books that the ELL or the English teachers are reading or having the students read, and my book is the only children's book. So,
Yeah, I think that'll be good.
it'll pop out. So yeah, it's not completely done, but we're working on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nolan says, all in delivery, we as a society have gotten so weak.
Amen.
We have.
So true.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect time where you.
Yeah, that's the
Put him
literally
down.
the perfect time. Because
Yeah.
back then, in a lot of shows, that is normal.
No,
That is the norm.
That's
in
the norm now.
Elementary and middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not.
yeah, but the audience and you guys have to remember that we're educators, and so we are under a different kind of lens than y'all are under. We are under this microscopic lens that most people would not even be under.
No. Yep.
And they look at everything that we do and say, and we definitely want to be a positive role model, like. And I want to bring our students into fandom because I felt so isolated as a kid and ostracized because of it.
I did. Yeah.
So I want our kids to feel that community and feel like it's okay to be a reader, to like geeky things, to like comic books, to like anime. So I want this show to be a vehicle
Yeah.
for that. So I don't want something like that to come and affect my job either because I like my job.
Yes.
But you should look. You think it's bad for us nowadays? Have you seen the post that they put up about the rules for teachers, like women, like
Back
the,
in
like
1902 or something. Yes. You couldn't be married. You had to sweep the floors, mop the floors. Well, in your one room school, you had so many.
You had to be like in your house by 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah, you
You
couldn't
weren't
be
allowed
out.
to have visitors. Like there were all these rules.
There's
for,
so many rules.
It was
You had to be an
crazy.
You
old
couldn't
maid.
drink
Yes.
anything
Nothing.
alcoholic beverage wise.
Nothing. There were so many rules. So you think it's bad now? You should have seen how it was
Oh
back.
no, I didn't say it was bad. Now. Just,
I mean, it is
It's-
bad now
well,
because
yeah.
you can't like you have to be careful and you can't have certain opinions and things like that. You just have to be careful.
Yeah.
So
I can have any opinion I'd like
Well,
because I'm an American.
on your own show without
Yes.
me on it.
Yeah, blur our faces, and then you can say that.
Even on YouTube, you have to be super careful with the things that you post, or even say you like.
Well, they'll stop funding. They'll like demonetize your show.
Well, I
If you
think
do
that's
that.
good. Like I
But
don't
we're
know if
not
you've
even
seen this
close
trend.
to doing anything
No,
like that.
we would never. But there's this trend how, you know how kids, like when we were growing up, kids wanted to be like sports stars or movie stars.
Yeah.
Now the kids want to be a
They want to be YouTuber. My daughter wants to be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
She does. She's only 6 years old, and she loves Minecraft. She's been building community since she was 3 years old. I remember her coming up to me and say, "Mom, I built you a community full of trained wolves," and I'm like, "A community of trained wolves? You're 3 years old!" And so they just grow up so differently now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Minecraft.
think that it's good for us to be on something like this so that we can show our students and talk about that. I think that it's valuable to talk to them about some of the shows that have a lot of profanity and some of the things that the kids watch, and they're not so nice to each other, and they like to put fights up there. And so
Yeah.
I think that it's important that we talk about the way we treat one another and
Yeah,
what
they
you
need
watched
to
and-
learn.
yeah.
They need to learn how to respect each other and not want to always fight each other. It's just, it's not.
Give them the message of positivity instead of something.
Yes.
something
So they
different.
should read books about love.
Yes.
And they should love each other, and they should read it, and that's what we're striving for, and that's what we're hoping.
And I
for.
really hope that parents really talk more to their daughters and sons, their children, just to be closer to them, have an open conversation about whatever their children are into or kind of feel they're offended by or anything. Just have an open communication with your children, because that's very important. And at night, I'm always talking to Isabella. Even Zoe will say something, just to say, "Oh, well, this is how I feel," type of things. And she's only 3. Isabella's only 6. But it's very, very important to have that open conversation and show your love for your children. And just to write letters also, because letters it's a lost art. I don't know when was the last time that I got a letter in the mail from a friend. It's all about text message. You don't even say things. You just put a little emoji out there, and that tells the story that, you could have been saying with words. So if you can sit down and write a handwritten letter to your children and save it in a spot where they can one day open, maybe when they're 18, and just they'll have that special moment, know that that's my parents' handwriting.
Yeah,
So,
I think that's nice.
yeah.
Because who knows how to handwrite anymore?
Right?
Yeah, well, they don't teach
Nobody
cursive
teaches
anymore.
cursive
They don't teach
anymore.
cursive
That's-
anymore.
It's not a thing.
I still
Like,
use
Yeah.
cursive
oh,
very
sign
rarely.
sign your name.
Yeah, I have some of my
Print.
students sign a contract for my classroom, and most of them are like, "I don't know how to do cursive handwriting," and I'm like, "Well, just sign your name
Just
the best way you
Put
know
your name
how."
the best you can. Yep. That's
Yeah,
what's
all
gonna
that's
be.
a lost art there.
I learned
Doing away
cursive
with that.
in elementary school, and I still use it to this very day.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be. You can still learn it.
Yeah. I think it's faster. I think it's actually lazier to do cursive because
And
you don't have to pick
For
up your hand.
dyslexics, actually, it's a lot. It's supposed to be easier for students to learn how to spell when you're writing through cursive. Yeah, I learned that in my DIP program.
That's very good. Very good tips.
Yes.
And now you know, and knowing is half the battle, G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe.
The more you know. The more you know.
The more you know.
Then we need the little
the
rainbow with the
little-
star.
Oh,
Yep.
Meow, the more you know.
you're gonna add that?
Yeah, he's going to add that.
Oh, he's now gonna add it.
Now
I'm
he's
gonna
gotta
add
add
it.
it.
The more you know.
The more you know. That's going to be our new segment. The more you know. Yeah.
So, I know you talked about the where you're going next with the Zoe book.
Mm-hmm.
And are there plans to do something beyond that, or something beyond children's books? Are you going to stay mainly in children's books?
I think, like I said, bringing back picture books to just anything. You can always learn something from a picture book, no matter how old you are. I would love to just do more children's books, more picture books, definitely more for my babies, but also more for just to get my students' children to read and find a love for reading, because there's just, there's a lot more computer-wise. Their faces are always in a phone, in a tablet. I want to bring back books and writing, and
I'm with you. I totally agree.
so I do want to write probably some leveled readers to get kids more interested in reading. Writing things like they're interested in, maybe Minecraft, put that in a story, or do something where the kids are going to want to read it because they're interested in that.
Since you don't like to read, we're just going to have to pick your brain and find out what it is you didn't like, and then we'll fix that.
I don't know. Books at this point are obsolete.
What?
No,
No?
it's ridiculous. I will flip this table over.
Yes. We're going to rage quit on
Physical
you.
books are obsolete.
I need to flip a page. I need to
Me
hold
too.
that book.
I need to hold the book.
I need to hold it and see, I've read already this much. I only have this much to go. Like, I'm doing something good. And if you see it on a tablet, then it's just like, no. And it hurts your eyes, too. It's not good.
I agree with everything Jen just said.
Yes.
Everything.
I need to
You
hold
get
it,
the right
touch
e-reader.
it, hug it, put it under my pillow at
You
night.
have to
With
feel the
the
paper, and it
electronic
smells a
ink.
certain way.
Yes.
No, it's
You have
not
to
the same.
feel
And
it.
you have to see that. You have to see that,
Just
like, you're this
nostalgia.
far into
Yeah.
the book.
Just
Yes.
nostalgia.
Like you have you've read 100 and something pages. You just need 500 pages to go.
Yeah, but you physically get to see
You
that.
see it.
Yeah.
It's good. I like it. And then
I
plus
like
you
it
can
too.
have them all over your house. It's like you're living in a little library.
Yeah, and it's decorative. They're colorful, and I love it.
Yeah.
And then
then
you
you're
can pick
like,
it back up, and you can see like the spines all bent, and you know that like you
it's
read
full
that
of
one.
love.
Yeah,
it looks like crap because it's been loved.
you read that, and your kids read that, and like your friends read that, and
I mean, if you really think about it, if the apocalypse does happen, that's
Yeah.
a perfect way to pass time.
Yep.
that's right.
It
We're
is.
gonna have lots of things to do with our time, and everybody else is gonna be out of luck.
People are going to be like, let's go
Let's go raid the books. At the
Let's go
Guzman.
raid people's closets,
make games.
pantries, and books.
Yep.
Yeah, you're gonna be wanting to read some books as the zombies come.
Somehow we've got to figure out how to just like turn you into a reader. I don't know how.
I'll work on it.
Work on it.
I mean,
Let's start by reading this book.
He
Read
reads.
this one.
He reads his card games he makes. He kind of has to, so he is kind of a reader.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, no.
yeah, it's not
the
It's not the same.
I'm trying to help you a bit, man.
I was trying to give him a bone, but no.
No.
I'm gonna go with
It
no.
needs to be in a book.
Yeah, Roger says, love the smell of old books.
See,
Yes.
Roger gets it. Thank
Roger
you,
knows to hold it and hug it.
And I will eventually get back to this
I
someday.
cannot
I
believe-
enjoyed what I read of it because it
It's
was really
so-
different.
So good.
You just need
Yeah.
to find a book that you
Yeah.
love and you can't
I'll
put
figure it out.
down. You need to find that book.
Roger also says
Books don't need to recharge.
Yeah,
That's right.
that is true.
Just right there.
you
You
don't have
can
to
take
plug
a
it
bath
in.
and not worry about dropping it and breaking
Uh-huh.
it. I mean, you might soak it, but it's cheaper than a tablet.
And plus, it'll make the paper feel like it's older and
That's right.
like a
You
map.
just dry it out. Use your hair dryer.
You could have like 1,000 books,
Yep.
You good?
like right in your tablet.
No.
No, why would you want that? That's
Yeah.
terrible.
And plus, it takes up space. You can't take pictures of your family. Yeah.
Haven't you ever watched Beauty and the Beast?
External hard
I
drive.
don't know anything.
That's what I want. I want a house with a library, just to have books all around me. A little
Pretty soon,
library.
when all
nook.
the children leave, I'm gonna have a library upstairs, all my own, and then you don't have to deal with all my books.
No, she'll put them down here too.
I'll put them down here too.
Just to make you mad. Yeah.
I'm trying to be nice since Doug got us involved with the Little Free Library. I'm trying to be like, I liked this book, but I'm not like gonna die without it kind of thing. And so I'm trying to like let go of some of them and share them out with the world so that people who are here in the community, because we live in kind of a lower income neighborhood. So, you know, it would be, I like to like share them out in our little free library at the park and let other people read. So I'm trying to let go of some of my books that I liked,
It's
but I
not
wasn't
easy.
gonna die. Yeah.
It's not easy.
It's hard.
This is what you got. You have to go and buy 2 copies of something and keep one. Or is that? That's
Vincent's
not.
like, stop giving her ideas.
Let me tell you how it's done. This is how you do it.
This is what you're gonna do.
That's it, and then you won't miss it.
You don't have to worry about it because you still got it.
And all these books that, but you've already read that.
I have gone back and reread a few books. Not a whole lot. Because I keep reading, I keep going forward and reading
Yeah,
more.
you find something else you want to read.
But one of these days I will be retired and I will have time to read. I will read and read and read and read and read and read. I'll do that a lot.
So,
Yeah, would be
we talked
nice.
about your books, and where can you get your book?
You can
right
get
now?
it on Amazon.com. You just search "I Only Just Love You a Lot." There's also a Kindle version for $2.99. But if you have the subscription for, I don't know if is it Kindle or
for Amazon or something.
yeah, it's free on
really?
that Kindle version. Yeah. So
Did the Kindle versions have the cute little pictures?
yes, it's exactly like the book. You just and it
So you
even
can
has
read it
the
on
back.
a tablet.
Yes, you
Darn it,
can.
Jen.
But the book is so much better. And for children, they need to
Yes,
hold
look
that
at the
book.
kitty. So cute.
Yeah, that's Pippa Vanderwoods.
Pippa
And
Vanderwoodson.
I think children's books should be books. Just
not in Kindle
because.
version.
Because I remember back in the day when my mom would get me books, I remember some of the one she got me about Louis Pasteur. That was a picture book, or that, and that's
Where
what
the
wanted
Wild
me
Things Are. It's
to
my favorite.
to be
I
big into
love
science.
that book. I don't know about the movie though. I didn't see the.
It was
So I understand that aspect of it, but at my age,
You're just a grumpy old man. It's
I'm
fine.
just a
Yeah,
grumpy old
I
man.
mean, would you still
and I
read
really
it if
had
it's on
time.
Kindle? If
Nah, I
you're-
probably wouldn't read it on Kindle either.
See?
But at least it wouldn't take up this much space.
That's good space to take
That's
up.
some good space. It's not wasted.
This
Yeah.
is like 4 books. Only 4 books.
That science fiction
And that's
book is
like
an anthology. There are several books.
10
in that
tablets right there.
Book. Okay.
Yeah, well,
He doesn't know.
no,
It's fine.
you don't know. I'll find you a book that you'll like. I promise. I'm on a mission
Now people
now.
are going to be on a mission now. They're going to be
On a
like,
mission.
find Vince a book. Hashtag find Vince a book. That's going to be what it is.
I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
find.
get
Now I'm
inundated.
thinking. I think you're a Twilight fan.
No
You
sparkly
look
vampires
like-
for me.
I'm pretty sure you're an Edward fan. You look like it. Yes. No. Okay. There's got to be something out there. I'll find it.
He helped our son do a cosplay where you dress up in costume. And we did. Our son is a very tall young man, so he was Abe Lincoln
Yeah,
Vampire
vampire.
Hunter.
Oh,
And then
I love that.
made him a
It was
necklace.
So yeah.
that had like burnt paper and put glitter in it, and it said Edward Cullen's ashes.
I've seen that. I actually have that one of those little memes that has glitter in it because
Yeah.
he sparkles. in
Because
the
he
sun.
sparkled, yeah. Yeah, so they made that as my son's cosplay one year, and he went as Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter and had Edward's ashes, and it sparkled. So
That's
that was
good.
pretty
Took a
cute.
lot of pictures with a lot of
Good.
people with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good one. It was unique.
Did you ever read Pride and Prejudice Zombies?
No, Zach actually just got it for me, our middle son. So it's on my. He has it, so I won't give it away. So it's on my list of books.
No,
to
but I
read.
saw the movie.
I did see the movie. The
I
movie
didn't
was
see
good.
the movie. I haven't seen the movie yet, but
Movie's good.
it looks good because I like all that. I think it has like martial arts type of fighting. I could be wrong, but I love martial arts.
Do you watch The Walking Dead?
I do watch The Walking Dead.
Okay,
I
yeah.
love it, and even my 6-year-old kind of snuck in one time and watched it with me. I didn't know, and she likes it, but I explained to her that it's not real, so she knows. She can feel that it's not real. She's not afraid by it, but of course I wouldn't let my 3-year-old watch it. But I love Walking Dead.
Walking Dead, Game of Thrones. Those are
Game
both
of
good.
Thrones,
Game of Thrones.
is so good.
That Theon, did you watch on Sunday?
I did.
Oh my God!
God, did he
Just jumped off the boat.
jumped off the boat?
Jumped off the boat.
And then he's just looking at everybody, like all the boats on fire, and he's just like,
But
man.
what he was put through.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's your
but
sister.
still,
You gotta
like,
be
yeah.
brave. I tell my daughter, you have to be brave. Sometimes you have to throw yourself into situations
Sometimes
to help
you just
other
have to be
people.
brave.
That was his sister that he just
But his sister was always
yeah
stronger
well,
than he was. right?
Yeah,
Well,
but she had an unlucky moment, and he could have done something.
he could have done something. I was thinking that he's just gonna jump off, swim to the other side, and save her like vampire style
No, I totally
and
knew
speed. But
I knew he was a coward. He's been a
no,
coward from the beginning.
yes,
from when
he
was
has
a kid.
been. He has been.
So
But he did
No.
help Sansa.
He did. That was
he did.
a small
I guess
moment
that was
of
his
bravery.
one moment.
Or is he thinking that... Don't play with that.
Sorry, it's
You're
bothering
going to
me.
make it go...
Sorry.
It's been doing it so far.
I think, who do you want to win? How is that going to work? I want Peter Dinklage's.
Oh, you went Tyrion and
I
Daenerys.
love,
and-
yes.
Yeah. I wanted to be Jon Snow.
Well,
And
I think
Arya.
Jon Snow's going to join them all, aren't they? But
we'll
there's
see.
got to be one at the end.
People think that Jon Snow is the other Targaryen, so they think that that the 3 dragons are for Daenerys, for Tyrion, and for
Yeah,
Jon Snow.
well, because Tyrion was the one that he actually got to pet the dragons. So you have to have some kind of. There's got to
Targaryen
be.
blood, yeah.
Yes. So I put that together and I was all proud of myself. I mean, I really don't know if that's.
I mean,
real.
that's what people are thinking. That's what we're surmising. So
Patrick says, one of 2 books I reread, Road to Heaven, Encounters with Chinese Hermits.
interesting.
These Chinese hermits. Do they kung fu fight or?
Everybody was
Do you like kung fu fighting?
I love Bruce
Do you
Lee,
watch
Jet
Jackie
Li.
Chan movies?
Love Jackie
oh my God, I love
Chan.
Jackie Chan. Drunken Master is hilarious.
I love
that movie.
anything kung fu. I mean, all that. It's just so beautiful to watch them be that fast and to be
so athletic,
just
right? Like crazy.
can't even touch my toes right now. And for them to be jumping and doing flips, I love that stuff.
It's just like when they were first doing the Green Hornet and Bruce Lee was Kato.
Yeah.
They had to tell him to slow
down because the camera can catch
he was
his
too fast.
moves. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's just, I love it.
H.P. Lovecraft books are good, Roger says.
Yeah, they are. And Jackie Chan does like all of his stunts.
Yeah.
Like, all of his stunts.
Jet Li does too. Bruce Lee was, I think he was actually a stunt person before he started making his own movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Bruce Lee. Actually, people call me Jen Lee because I'm a big Bruce Lee, Jet Li fan. So
Really? I
Yeah.
did not know that. See? The more you know.
the more you know, Jen Lee. But no, people know me as my book is Jennifer Mendiola. No, but yeah, and I do want my daughter to be in karate so that she can learn, to be exactly like Bruce Lee. No, but she doesn't want to.
She's not down.
No, she's not.
And your little one's just like, I want a unicorn.
Yes, but she likes dinosaurs too. So
Oh, that's good. I want a dinosaur to eat a unicorn. No.
probably, yeah, I can see that. She
Very
likes
cool. So we talked about your book, and you can get it on Amazon.
that. Amazon.com.
We talked about your, we talked about Luke Ray, hiding Morty,
Please.
Yes.
or Rick
Rick.
rather.
Not good.
We talked about a bunch of our shows and stuff.
Tons
But,
of books.
Tons of books, which I'll eventually get back to this
Maybe
someday,
someday.
I hope.
If not, I'll read it again. It's fine. I've been wanting
No.
We'll just read it out loud to you.
to. And I'll read it out loud to him and say he read it.
Do audiobooks count?
No. Audiobooks don't count.
No, but I'm actually making one of mine. No, I mean no.
No,
No.
because you can read
No,
it. So-
yeah. You have time, right?
I mean, that's the thing. I think that's one of the main things that has kept me from reading is because of the time that I have.
You can put aside 45 minutes. I mean, I can't because I have a 3-year-old that's crazy right now and has the most energy right before we go to sleep. But you can just put 45 minutes aside and dive into a good book and fall in love with it and then stay up another 45 minutes and then another 45 minutes and then you just never go to
I
sleep.
don't have that time.
No. Well,
Well, I mean, it would be different if I just had one job but it's not just one job.
Well, who has just one job?
I currently have 0.
Huh?
Nothing.
Well, you're a producer today, so
True.
Your
that's
job is to
something.
produce.
True
Produce.
that. True that.
So that's really cool. And definitely check it out, Amazon.com. And it's
Amazon.com.
I Only Just Love You a Lot.
I only just love you a lot is what my daughter used to say when she was 3. So I know it's a long title, and people are like, "Where did you get that title from?" But yep. And then it's also there's a little clip on YouTube about me. It's me talking about the book, so it'll tell you a little bit more about the book. You can follow me on Twitter, on Facebook.
What's your Twitter?
My Twitter is Jen Mendiola 13 or 13.
No, 133, right?
I think it's 133. Jen Mendiola 133.
I tweeted about it, so just follow Geek
Yes.
on Twitter
Yeah.
and you'll see her on there.
And then follow
And
me.
Rogers says, "You going to see the new Jackie Chan movie?" Yes, I saw. I caught a trailer of it. And it looks really cool. I want to see it.
I really
Yeah.
do too.
So
We need to. I
and
need to.
Hopefully, it wasn't a book before, so nobody
don't
will
think
tell me
so.
what
I don't think
happens.
And
Like
if it
when I
is, I'm
found
pretty
out
sure the
that
movie's going to be
Dumbledore
better than the
dies.
book.
You didn't find out Dumbledore dies. We kept that on lockdown from you, dude, and we all knew. We all knew, except for you.
Yeah, and then y'all told me before I saw the movie.
We didn't.
No. I'm going to.
Yes, she did.
I don't believe it.
Well, not you did. One of the kids did.
Well, there you go. It's not hers.
Well, it's the kid's fault. So.
So, Jennifer, thanks for being here and
Thank you for
talking with us,
having
telling us
me.
about your book.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. It's been really cool. If you haven't subscribed to us, definitely subscribe to us right now on YouTube. If you haven't followed us on
Twitch.
follow us on Twitch.
'Cause
We're
we're playing
right on the
games now,
cusp
too.
of being affiliates. So get us there and watch us on there, and then y'all can subscribe to us. Yay! And we can give you better stuff. But thanks for checking us out. I'm Vince.
I'm Colleen.
Jennifer
That's
Mendiola.
Jennifer. Sean's a producer.
Whoop.
Geek out, SA.
Bye.